Andrew 30 years without a first. She caught a stranger off guard and kissed him directly. The guy was completely stunned. She immediately turned around and rushed onto the bus to escape. She figured Korea was so big, there was no way they'd ever meet again. The next day, they ran into each other in the elevator. Both of them froze at the same time. Neither said a word. The elevator was dead silent. The moment the doors opened, the man immediately walked out. Jihao frantically pressed the close button. Her heart started racing with panic. This guy couldn't possibly live here too, could he? And on the fourth floor, no less. She snuck out of the elevator. The hallway was empty. She immediately rushed toward her front door. Just then, the door next to her suddenly opened. Jihao immediately crouched down and pretended to tie her shoelaces. Thankfully, it was just a false alarm. She hurriedly went back inside. Just as she breathed a sigh of relief, she noticed an unfamiliar pair of shoes by the door. She thought the female landlord had come home, but did the landlord have feet this big? The next second, that man appeared in front of her. Jihao's brain completely short-circuited. Why was this man here? She thought she entered the wrong apartment. She started apologizing while trying to escape. Just then, her phone suddenly rang. It was the landlord calling. She answered the phone, but the voice was coming from behind her. The two silently exchanged IDs. Only then did they realize they both misunderstood each other's gender because of their names. Just as she was about to apologize, Jihao's stomach suddenly growled. He sensed the awkward atmosphere. He immediately made an excuse to go out. Jihao buried her face in her hands. She had a complete emotional breakdown. She told her friend that the landlord was actually a man. Her friend absolutely exploded. Her first reaction was to ask if she'd been harassed. Jihao couldn't speak because she was the one who had forcibly kissed him. After returning to the shared apartment, they sat on the sofa in complete silence. It was incredibly awkward. Jihao spoke first, apologizing for what happened at the bus stop. She explained that she just had a momentary lapse in judgment. She definitely wasn't some kind of weirdo. He kept a stone face and didn't say a word. Jihao could only say that she'd move out as soon as she found a new place. He remained silent. After going back to his room, he locked the door. Jihao completely broke down. She was being treated like someone who would assault men in their sleep. She even considered leaving the city altogether. The next day, the director called. He asked if she'd finished the script. She had to put apartment hunting on hold and rush to finish the script. She had a habit. When she lacked inspiration, she did housework. When inspiration struck, she'd write immediately. By the end of the day, the house was spotless. The script was also completed successfully. That evening, Sei came home. The moment he walked in, he was almost startled. He sighed and quietly closed the door. While brushing his teeth, he suddenly froze. The floor cracks were sparkling clean. He rushed to the living room. The kitchen looked brand new. The windows were so clean they were almost invisible. He looked toward Jihao's room. He realized this girl was something special. He immediately recorded Jihao's information and started evaluating her. The maximum score was 5 points, with a historical high of only 3 points. But Jihao scored 4.7 points. She'd broken the record. He might never find such a good tenant again in his lifetime. The only problem was her gender. Sei finally spoke up. He asked why she had kissed him. Jihao was embarrassed but still explained. She said she'd been single for 30 years. She just wanted to experience a kiss once, so she randomly picked a stranger. She thought Sei would find her weird, but unexpectedly, Sei said he understood. Jihao couldn't believe it. It was the first time she'd met someone who understood her. In the end, Sei not only agreed to let her continue living there, he also dropped a question that completely